Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of the DC Multiverse Justice Buster Megafig. Ooh, that was fun to say. Push that back, see if I can get Justice Buster in there. And I can. Awesome. So this was a story arc, I think it was Endgame, because it's on the thing, but I think the Justice League were hypnotized or jokerized or something, and Batman had to don a suit that he had designed specifically to take down the Justice League. That's not a new idea. I think during Grant Morrison's run, Prometheus took down the Justice League, and when they were trying to figure out how he knew how to take them down, they found out that Prometheus had taken Batman's plan to take them down, and that was the introduction to the idea that Batman always has a plan to take down superpowered people in case they get a little out of pocket or he needs to stop them for some reason. That's why Batman's always so prepared. And the suit works well and it looks really good. And unlike the Fulcrum or the Fulcrum Abominus from Dark Knight's Metal, which is more of a kind of a Voltron machine, this one's in scale with your figures. So if you stood up a Batman figure next to it, that Batman figure could get into that suit. I think. It might be a little small. I don't know. Don't take that as full-on fact. There we go. Justice Buster Batman Endgame. Very cool picture from it. With all of the little lines and everything. It's just a really nice cross-hatching, and it's just a gorgeous shot. It's from the comic book, and I can't remember who is that. Greg Capullo's work? I'm not absolutely sure, but really cool back cover of the Justice Buster there, and you can see he's got the Justice Buster suit, and there's a little card up in the upper right hand corner that you can't quite see, but some cool details on the suit. The Batman logo there, but also there's a bat logo right on the fist, right on the back of the hand. Super cool. Wish it had come with some paint hits for lights or something. Like the eyes have the blue, but it would have been cool if other things were kind of lit up blue, that real light blue, as though they were glowing also. But that's how he looks in the package, man. He's just massive. So let's break him out and see what we think of him without the package. And here he is, busted out of his package. It is the Justice Buster suit, Batman's solution to taking down the Justice League in all of its plastic glory. It's a super cool figure. He comes with a card, which is the same as the back. It's very cool artwork. Has a cool write-up about what happened, Joker infected, which I had already guessed. And I kind of remembered it a little bit. But it does tell you the specific things that take down the Justice League on the suit. So that is a cool, it's a nice touch. It also comes with a figure stand for some reason. His feet are gigantic. I don't know why he would need a... If you had him lifted up a little bit, or maybe this gives it just a little extra balance, you could get him into some really cool poses. I suppose that's what this is for, or maybe it's more force of habit. It's built into the manufacturing process, so maybe taking it out costs money or something. I don't know. But let's take a closer look at this giant piece of plastic. First, let's look at that bat logo. Of course, he has to have a bat logo. It can't be that he just makes a giant robot. He's got to keep the branding on point. He's like, how will people know that it's me unless I put little bats everywhere? You know, make it a little, well, I guess that's it on the fists and on the chest. Even the cowl doesn't really look super bat-like, but it's pretty cool. So it's got like a little electronics behind the logo, which is a bad place to put electronics. I think you should put it behind a panel or something. But to each their own. I'm not Batman. So let's go through the articulation on this giant figure first. he rotates side to side. He gets a little bit of well, that's side to side, but I mean back and forth. He can look left and right, and up and down. He looks up into neutral. That's about as much as he can get because the point hits the back of the neck, and then he could drop it down and look straight down if he wanted to. And then he has a little side to side if he wants to look a little quizzical. Huh? What? Are you talking to me? What's happening there? He's got a little flappy up here. It's not meant to be articulated or anything, but it is a really nice touch because that's a separate piece. See, the shoulders are glued on. They're permanent, so no movement there. So you can't see the shoulder, but the arms only come up to about here. This floats a little bit, so it moves just a tiny bit. But about up there is all you can get. It's flexible plastic here, so you can get it up about that much. There is sort of a ball joint in the hip, except that if you try to bend it back, it just falls back forward. It just goes back forward. It just kind of resets itself. It's sort of floppy and doesn't really hold its position. It holds its position a little bit, but it doesn't. If you go back, it just goes back forward. So not a lot of help for the articulation there. Let's see. He has a bicep swivel or a shoulder. So no, that's a bicep swivel under there. And his arms go about 90 degrees to there. And his fingers do not articulate, which is a bummer. I wish his arms or his fingers articulated. That would be cool. So he has a fist and he has an open hand, and neither one of those are adjustable. And that's fine. He has ball jointed hips here. You can see the insides of them. So he gets pretty good leg spread. There is a little bit of thigh swivel. I think I just worked it loose a little bit. There we go. Thigh swivel. He has a knee that goes to there. This hits there. I don't know if that articulates. It does not. But he has this entire foot that does. So the articulation goes there. This hits the back of the leg. But you still have this articulation here in the foot. And then with the actual, or the boot, whatever you would call it. But let's see if the feet do not move, but this little part on the back does move to allow a little bit more of articulation if you wanted to move him around a little bit. Oh, you can move that so he can sit down kind of on his own knee a little bit. That's interesting. But it looks like the permanent position for the knee is here, sort of pointed at the back. It doesn't go more forward than that because it hits the kneecap here. But it's really cool. It's really nicely done. It's more articulated than it sounds, but less articulated than a regular figure. But it's really cool. So that is the Justice Buster. He's a super cool addition to your collection. Very threatening to your Justice League. And a welcome part of my collection. Until next time, enjoy your toys.